Welcome to our mathematics class of Standard 5. Students, you had your first lecture before this period. So can you tell me how did you get to know when did your first period got over? Or how did you get to know that now it's time for your next period? Or can you tell me how did your teacher get to know that now she should stop teaching in your class and go and teach in different class? Can anyone think and answer these questions? Very good. You are thinking absolutely right. So basically, you know all this because of time. Also, in your school, everything works from time to time. That is, your school starts at a fixed time every day and also ends at a fixed time. Plus, your daily work is done according to time. So, students, how do you get to know the time? I mean, by looking at which object do you get to know the time? Very good. You get to know the time by looking at the clock or the digital watch or by looking at the calendar for days, weeks, months, and years, that is the time that is passing by. Also, by looking at the hourglass or the sundial that was used in the olden times, or by looking at the stopwatch, or by looking at the wristwatch. So, these are the tools which we use to measure time. So, today we will learn how to measure time in the chapter Measuring Time. Now, we know which are the tools to measure time. But how do we measure the time? So, students, in our clock, there are three hands which are very important. So, let's see which are these three hands. First is the minute hand, then the second hand, and third is the hour hand. Now, if you want to calculate how many seconds did you take to complete one fill in the blanks in your exam, then you should observe the second hand. Now, here in this image, we can see the second hand moving. So, when this hand moves, it takes one step at a time, then stops and takes another step. Then again it stops and takes another step. So, like this, the second hand takes 60 steps and each step makes 1 second. And after completing 60 steps, we get 1 minute. That is, the minute hand takes one step after the second hand completes 60 steps. So, 60 seconds is equal to 1 minute. Now, when the minute hand takes one step, we get 1 minute. But when the minute hand completes 60 steps, we get 1 hour. That is, 1 hour hand takes one step after the minute hand completes 60 steps. So therefore, 60 minutes is equal to 1 hour. And so 24 hours is equal to 1 day, 7 days is equal to 1 week, and 52 weeks or 365 days makes 1 year. So now, what do you think are the units to measure time? Very good. So the units to measure time are seconds, minutes, hours, days, and years. Like Second hand takes 1 step and we get 1 second. Likewise, minute hand takes 1 step and we get 1 minute. But after completing 60 seconds, we get 1 minute. Similarly, hour hand takes 1 step and we get 1 hour. That is, after completing 60 minutes, we get 1 hour. For days, we calculate time as 7 days in a week. Then 4 weeks makes 1 month and 12 months makes 1 year. And then time by time year passes by and we get another year. Remember students, time is more valuable than money. You can get more money, but you cannot get more time. Now, let's know your time on the clock. This is the easiest way to remember. So, there are 1 to 12 numbers on the clock. So, when we want to know any time or tell anyone what is the time, we should first observe the minute hand. So, if the minute hand is on 1, we should write 5 minutes past. If it is on 2, then we should write 10 minutes past. If on 3, then we should write a quarter past. On 4, then 20 minutes past. If on 5, then 25 minutes past. And if your minute hand is on 6, then half minute past. And so on up till 12. But also note that after half past, you can either write one of the two names mentioned. That is, either you can write 25 minutes to or 35 minutes past, and so on. We should also observe where the hour hand is. So after writing about the minute hand, if your hour hand is on 1, then after writing about minute hand, just add 1. If on 2, then write 2. And so on up till 11. And if the hour hand is between two numbers, then we should select the smaller number. Example, if it is between 1 and 2, we write 1. So we select the smaller number. Okay. Now, let's see a few examples and understand the concept better. So here is the first picture. Here in the first picture, the minute hand is on 5. So we write 25 past, and after that observe the hour hand. It is between 2 and 3. So what did I say? We should select the smaller number. Here the smaller number is 2. So we select the smaller number, that is 2, and we get 25 minutes past 2. Similarly, in the second example, our minute hand is on 1. So we write 5 past or 5 minutes past, and then check our hour hand. It is on 8. So we write 5 minutes past 8. Now moving on to the next figure. Here we have a minute hand on 10. So for 10, we either write 10 to or 15 minutes past. So we can write 10 minutes to 8. Now you must be wondering, why did I select 8? So keep one thing in mind. When we have 2, here if we have the word 2 instead of past, then we write the bigger number between these two numbers, that is 7 and 8. Which is the bigger number? 8 is the bigger number. So we write 10 minutes to 8. And if we write 50 minutes past 7, so here the minute hand is on 10, so we write 50 minutes past. If here we have the word past, we use the smaller number between the R and. So the R and is between 7 and 8. So for past, we write the smaller number here, that is 7. And if we have 2 over here, then we write 8, that is the bigger number of the R hand. Let's see similar example. Now here, in this, we have a minute hand on 8. So we write 20 minutes to. Now we have written 20 minutes to. So now check where our hand is. It is between 4 and 5. So we select the number 5 because we have 2 over here. Now we can write the same time as 40 minutes past because our minute hand is on 8. So we write as 40 minutes past. Now we have past over here. So when we have the word past, we select the smaller number of the R and. The smaller number of the R and is 4. So we select the number 4. Remember one thing and note it down in your book that if you have 2 word over here, if we select these 2 words, this 22. So 20 minutes to. So if we have 2 over here, we write the bigger number of the R hand. If we have 40 minutes past, if we have the word past, we write the smaller number, that is the 4. I hope it is clear.
Now you are going to try to draw the hands of the clock in your book and then you can check. So here are the 4 sums that you have to try. So you have to try and draw the hands of the clock in your book and then we can check it together. Okay, so I hope you have done it. So let's check the first one. Now here we have 4:30. Now here 4 means on the R hand we should have 4 and 30 means on the minute hand we should have 6. Now this is one more concept that you need to know. So note one more thing that previously we learned about how to write the time. Here is another way to write the same time in a different manner. So note that we can simply name the minute hand 1 as 5 because see carefully here are 5 lines between 12 and 1, so we consider that as 5. So here it is 5, then we add more 5, that is more 5 lines, we get 10, then more 5 lines we get 15, more 5 lines we get 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, and 60. So this 30 represents 6. As I said, if our minute hand is on 1, then we would have written 4, 5 because it is on 1. If our minute hand would have been on 2, we would have written it as 4, 10. If our minute hand would have been on 3, we would have written 450. Likewise 420, 425, 430. 4:30. So it is 4:30 that is given. So our hour hand is on 4 and our minute hand is on 6. Moving to the next example that was given to you all. It says quarter past 9. Now quarter past is what? That is 3. So our minute hand should be on 3. And 9 is given. So 9 is here. So our hand is on 9. So your answers will be like this. Minute hand on 3 and hour hand on 9. Moving to the next example, we have quarter to 5. Quarter to. Quarter to is over here. That means your minute hand should be on 9 and 5. So your hour hand should be on 5. So this should be your answer. And the last one is 20 minutes past 11. 20 minutes past. Where is 20 minutes past? Over here. 20 minutes past. So your minute hand should be on 4 and then you have 11. So your hour hand should be on 11. So this should be your answer. I hope you all have done it right and I hope this concept is very much clear. Now we will see how to add time and how to subtract time. So now we will see the first sum. It says 2 hours 30 minutes plus 4 hours 55 minutes. So the first thing that we have to do is draw a table with two columns, that is first column with hours and second with minute. So now in the question it is given 2 hours. So we write 2 over here. Then we have 30 minutes. So we write 30 in the minute column. Plus 4 hours. So 4 is written in the hours column and 55 minutes. So 55 in the minute column. Now what we do is we have to add these hours. So first we add 30 plus 55. Now 30 plus 55 gives us 0 plus 5 is 5 and 3 plus 5 is 8. So 85 minutes we get. Now we know that 60 seconds is 1 minute and 60 minutes is equal to 1 hour. Now here we have 85 minutes. That means it is more than 60 minutes. So what we have to do is we have to write 85 minutes in terms of 60 minutes plus the remaining. So we write 85 minutes is equal to 60 minutes plus 25. Now 60 plus 25 gives us 85. So we just have splitted the number 85 as 60 and 25 because we know 60 minutes is equal to 1 hour. So now as we know 60 minutes is equal to 1 hour, so instead of 60 minutes we write 1 hour and 25 minutes as it is. So now we have got 85 minutes as 1 hour 25 minutes. So now this 25 minutes, I write it over here. Instead of 85 minutes, I write 25 over here. And this 1 hour, I put it in the hours column. Okay. Now I add 1 plus 2 plus 4. That gives me 7. I hope this is clear. Now we'll move to the second one. Here they have given us 4 hours 30 minutes plus 2 hours 45 minutes. So what is the first thing we do? We draw the table. One with the hours column and the second one with the minute column. Now we have been given 4 hours. So we write 4 in the hours column. 30 minutes. So 30 in the minute column. Plus 2 hours. So plus 2 hours in the hours column and 45 minutes, 45 in the minute column. Now again what we do? We add 30 plus 45. So 30 plus 45 gives us 75 minutes. Now again 75 minutes is more than 60 minutes. So what do? We write 75 minutes as 60 minutes plus 15 minutes. That means we have splitted the number 75 as 60 plus the remaining number, that is 15. Now we know 60 minutes is equal to 1 hour, so we write 1 hour and the 15 minutes as it is. Now this 15 minutes we write it over here because 30 plus 45 was 75, and now we know that 75 minutes can also be written as 1 hour 15 minutes. So this 15 minutes or this number 50 we write it over here. Now the remaining 1 hour we write it in the hours column. So how much hour it is? 1 hour. So we write 1 over here. Now we add 1 plus 4 plus 2. That gives us 7. So the final answer is 7 hours 15 minutes. Okay. Now we'll see how to subtract the time. So we have the first example, 3 hours 10 minutes minus 2 hours 40 minutes. Now what is the first thing that we do? We draw the table with hours and minute. Now they have given us 3 hours, so we write 3 in the hours column. 10 minutes, so we write 10 in the minutes column. Minus 2 hours, so minus 2 in the hours column. And 40 minutes, 40 in the minutes column. Now what is the first thing we do? We have 10 and 40, so we have to subtract this. Now 10 is the smaller number and 40 is the bigger number. So what we do usually in subtraction, we carry or we take number from 3 and we carry the number. So we need one number from here. So we cancel 3 and instead of 3 what do we get? 2. Now we have taken one number from here. Now one number means we have taken 1 hour from this. So 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes. So we add 60 plus this 10. So we get 70. Now we subtract 70 minus this 40, which gives us 30 minutes. So our answer here will be 30. And now 2 minus 2 gives me 0. So the final answer is 30 minutes. I hope it is clear. Now we'll move to the second one. We have been given 5 hours 20 minutes minus 2 hours 35 minutes. So first we draw the table with hours and minute. We have been given 5 hours, so we write 5 in the hours column, 20 minutes, so 20 in the minutes column, minus 2 hours, so minus 2 in the hours column, and 35 minutes, so 35 in the minutes column. Now what do? We subtract 20 from 35, but we can't subtract 20 from 35 because 20 is the smaller number and 35 is the bigger number. So what do? We borrow 1 from this 5. So we cancel 5 and instead of 5 we get 4 over here because we have borrowed one number, that is 1 hour from 5. So we get 60 plus this 20, which is equal to 80. So 60 plus this 20, which is equal to 80. As we had borrowed 1 hour, so 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes plus this 20, which gives us 80. Now we subtract 80 from 35. So 80 minus 35 gives me 45 minutes. So I write 45 over here. And now 4 minus 2 gives me 2. So the final answer is 2 hours 45 minutes. I hope this subtraction sum is very much clear. Now I am going to see how much you all have understood. So I will be posting a link. You all have to try and solve addition and subtraction. So I'll post the link. You all try solving and check if you all know the answer very well. Okay, so I hope each one of you must have got the answers right. Moving on to the next, we have one application question for you. So here I have one question for you which says a play that was to start at 9:15 at night was delayed by half an hour because of a power outage. What time did the play start? So this sum you have to try and solve by either using addition or subtraction. So they have given you the time, that is 9:15, and it says that the play was delayed by half an hour. Now this word delay, focus on this word delay, and you can get to know whether you have to do addition or subtraction, and then solve it and tell me the answer. Okay, so I hope you all must have got the answer right. Let's solve for the ones who didn't get it right. So first thing what I will be doing is I will be drawing the hour column and the minute column. Now it says a play that was to start at 9:15 at night. So I write 9 in the hours column and 15 in the minutes column because it is given 9:15. So 9 in the hours column and 15 in the minutes column. So play to start at 9:50. Now it has been given half an hour. So half an hour can be written as 30 and it is delayed. Delayed means it was late. That means we have to add 30 to 9:15 and then we get the answer at what time did the play start. So now we know 15 plus 30 gives me 45 and 9 plus there's nothing over here so it is 9 as it is. So the play started at 9:45 and therefore the final answer is the play started at 9:45 at night. I hope you all have got this answer right. If no, please solve it once again and try to understand the concept very well. Now I have similar types of sum for assignment. I want each one of you to try and solve the sums on your own in your notebook. That's all for today. I hope you all have understood the concept. Please watch this video once again and understand the concept. Thank you so much.